Chapter 6. I waddled after Dorothy Ann as fast as I could. I knew I had to hurry so I wouldn't lose the rest of the class. My new penguin legs were so short I could take only baby steps. From the back, I couldn't tell the real penguins from the kid penguins. How would Miss Frizzle ever find us? That made me remember Uncle Cecil. I turned around and looked back. He was just getting up off the ice. He looked really confused. I saw him looking at our group of penguins. Did he even know what had happened to us? Uncle Cecil, I tried to call out. But as soon as my voice got loud enough, it turned into a penguin bray. I tried to wave a flipper at him, but instead I caught the attention of a bunch of real penguins around me. They waved back to me with their flippers. Suddenly, the urge to go for a cold swim was too much to resist. I took one last glance back at Uncle Cecil, then I ran for the water after the rest of the kid penguins. Ahead of me, Dorothy Ann turned around and gave me a nod. I heard her voice say, "Watch me!" Then D.A. did something really cool. She flopped down on the ice on her stomach and went whizzing down the icy slope like a sled. I could see Arnold, Tim, and Carlos push off on their stomachs too. They used their little feet to get themselves going. I wasn't going to miss out on the fun. I flopped down on the ice, feeling a little scared at first, but then instinct took over. My feet pushed me off, and I was streaking down that slope just behind Carlos. Whee! I was surfing over the ice like a pro. Then something ahead caught my attention. The end of the ice shelf. Where are the brakes? I asked myself. I was afraid that if I dove into the water, I'd freeze, but I couldn't stop myself. I tried to slow down. Flippers didn't work. Feet didn't work. There was no stopping now. I flew off the end of the cliff. Splash! I held my breath as I torpedoed into the water. I couldn't believe it, but the water felt great. Uncle Cecil was right about penguin feathers. They do keep you nice and warm. I twisted and turned my body around, feeling right at home. Splash! Another penguin rocketed into the water beside me. I caught a glimpse of the penguin's face. It was Arnold, looking really surprised. The two of us swam through the water beside each other. Together, we tried out our new swimming equipment. Our flippers made great propellers. One flip and we'd go shooting through the water. We started out slow. Soon we were clocking about 5 miles per hour. But we weren't as fast yet as Carlos and Dorothy Ann. They went zooming by at about 7 miles per hour. Even more fun was avoiding the ice chunks around us. Our feet and tails came in handy for that. One flick of our tails and we'd curve around a major piece of pack ice. Arnold and I practiced our swimming techniques for a while. Then I felt my penguin tummy sort of growl. I was hungry, and I didn't want freeze-dried chicken. I was in the mood for some fresh seafood. Look at me! No fins! Yum! I saw a tender little squid on a rock below me. I scooped it up with my bill and swallowed it whole. It was a good start, but now on to the main course. I shot through the water looking for krill. Ahead, I noticed that the water was a pinkish color. Just the sight of it made my stomach growl. I torpedoed into the colony of krill. my mouth wide open. I munched on a mouthful of krill and then went back for more. We played around in the water for a while. Then we met up with the rest of the kids. Dorothy Ann waved her flipper and nodded a couple of times. Even as a penguin, Dorothy Ann could be bossy. Dorothy Ann took the lead and started to swim fast through the water. Then she did something really amazing. She leaped right out of the water into the air, just like a porpoise. We all followed right behind her. Porpoises was great. It felt kind of like flying. My Penguin's Porpoise by Phoebe. Penguin. Penguins are really good swimmers. Some species can go up to 15 miles per hour, but they can go even faster by leaping out of the water like a porpoise. There's less resistance going through the air than the water, so this increases their speed. Porpoising lets the penguins grab some quick breaths of air. It also makes it harder for predators to catch them. What makes penguins such good swimmers? Flippers, webbed feet. I'd been having so much fun that I forgot about the Antarctic food chain. We penguins eat krill and squid, but lots of other things eat us. Leopard seals, killer whales, just to name a couple. Suddenly, I felt a sense of danger. My instincts told me to get back to land where I would be safe, fast. A few feet from the ice, my body did an amazing thing. Using my flippers and feet, I made a huge jump out of the water. I felt myself leaping through the air toward the icy cliff. Just at the last second, I cleared the top of the cliff. Touchdown! I breathed a sigh of relief and smoothed down my feathers. Whew! I stood by the edge of the cliff looking out to sea. I caught a glimpse of a bunch of penguins porpoising in the water. I could tell it was the other kids still playing in the water. Then I saw something else that made my penguin heart start to pound. A leopard seal was cutting through the water, right toward Dorothy Ann. Yikes!